Hey everyone, how's it going? So what am I working on now? Well, actually, I got my Silverado. Um, Remember a couple weeks ago I put in a throttle position sensor because I had an issue with the idle? Well, it's been fine ever since. And then all of a sudden, a couple days ago, when I shifted gears, it hung up again. Like the RPMs hung up. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So it hung up and it stayed there for a while and then it calmed back down. I was like, well, that was really, really odd. And then I was cruising, and this has a shift light, because it's a manual tranny. So it has a shift light. You reach a certain RPM and you hang out there, and then the light will come on telling you, hey, stupid, shift. That light would come on for no reason. I could be full throttle or I could be decelling, and all of a sudden that light would come on. A couple times I was sitting there at a traffic light and the light would come on. Like, that's odd. Like, what the heck is going on there? Now, sitting at a traffic light, a lot of times I'll just pop it into neutral and let go of the clutch and just sit there. So I don't know what it uses to read reference to say, hey, shift gears or whatever. It was just odd. So I've seen this issue before with other vehicles with manual trannies. And usually in a situation like this, it's a map sensor that creates the problem. One thing I did notice too is my gas mileage went down the toilet all of a sudden. Where I could drive back and forth to work for an entire week on a tank of gas. Now I go 3 days and I got to fill up again. This thing's got a 32-gallon tank. So it's like, something's going on here. So just for S's and grins, I decided to get a map sensor. I'm going to change this. I've actually changed it on this once before, but I think the one that I put in there was an old one that I had laying around. And I don't recall the reason that I actually changed it. It's not ringing a bell as to why I did it. But I think I might have made a video on it. I'd have to look back and see. But obviously, it's getting dark out here now. As you can see, the lights are on in the house. But let's go ahead and change this. These things are pretty darn simple. You just got to be careful of one thing. The way it mounts. This part inserts down into the intake manifold. So if you try to pry this up, you don't want to snap this thing off. If you do snap it off, you see it's got a hole in it. You could stick a wood screw or something down in the center of it and pry it up and out. But it's really not that big of a deal. So on this, really, you just got to take this air horn piece off. Where this leaves so it doesn't go down the throttle body. Hello. Put a cold air intake on this way here. The thing will blow up the road and does absolutely nothing. Just move that out of the way. That's all. And that's the map sensor right there. I'm just gonna pop the connector off. Like I said, I got no codes or anything. I didn't bother looking at it with a scanner. But I figured, what the heck. And you just want to see how that just pries up. You want to pry up on it. You just got to be gentle. Like I said, you don't want to break it. If you do break it, it's not the end of the world. Oh, there it goes. Map sensors and fuel tank pressure sensors are the same sensor, in case you're wondering. Got some oil in it, but that's to be expected. Actually, it looks like it has a little bit of silicone on the intake. That wasn't from me. I didn't put any silicone on this thing. And the new one, just push it down. Get the connector. Put the connector back in place. All right, there you can see my nice clean throttle body. Because remember the video I made, I cleaned the throttle body and everything else. All right, so now this has to go back on. This has got these two little brackets. It's got, one bracket, it's got two little ears on it that have to go onto the throttle body in a certain way, and it kind of locks down the front of it. So let me do this. I got to do it two-handed. This way I make sure I got it on their center, and then you put that wing nut back in place. So let me do that, and then we're going to go for a quick road test. All right, so back in the truck now. Mustache getting all wonky. Let's start it up. Like I said, I was more concerned about like the gas mileage and everything else. Like I said, the idle's been fine. It's just all of a sudden it shot up and held there. And over in this corner up here is a shift light. What I'll do is I'll drive up the road and I'll purposely hold it in gear so you can see the shift light. See it? And like I said, out of the blue that would come on. See? So, alright, let me finish my road test here. Like I said, it's dark now. Alright, so everything seemed to go good on the road test there. Everything seems fine. The idle didn't hang up or anything. I actually forgot to put this ending on this video, so this is about 2 hours later. I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I'm like, I'm watching the video before I post it. I'm like, yeah, forgot to end the video. So, things happen. What are you going to do? But it seemed to be pretty good. I figure I'll know tomorrow morning when I go to work, you know, because during that road test, that's where I'll be able to feel the issue and see the issue. Right now, it's idling at about 1,000. That's because it's cold again. So, anyway, hopefully I straightened it out. I guess I'm going to find out. Alright, that's about it. Hopefully you're getting something out of my videos. If you are, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. Alright guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.